Hi, I'm Sir Shadow.
My name is Rainin, and we play Amp Guard, and we also cross game. We're talking about the importance of foot alignment in your fighting stances. Knowing the reasoning helps emphasize how essential this is going to be to your balance, power generation, injury prevention, and refining your technique for efficiency.
This foot alignment's not something that was originated with medieval combat sports. This is something that was taken from traditional martial arts that utilize weaponry. By foot alignment, specifically we're talking about having your front foot pointed directly at the opponent. Whichever direction your foot is pointed, that's the direction your knee is going to bend. So an imaginary line from your foot to the target, that's going to be the point of maximum power on a swing.
What this is going to look like when done correctly with my foot towards him, that allows my spine to essentially be part of my posture and puts basically my body weight into the stance. So I can hold his entire weight with minimal effort. If all I do is turn my front foot just slightly, I can't do that anymore because at that point I'm having to rely on the strength of my arm.
On a swing, if I have my foot properly aligned, the swing is more power, more power, more power, more power, and it reaches maximum power at this point of alignment, and then less power on the backswing. If my foot is misaligned slightly, so it's no longer pointed at the opponent, then when I swing and strike the opponent, the strike happens way before I get to that point of maximum power. So you're actually going to lose power on every single swing if you don't have your foot properly aligned.
And even if you're playing a game where you're swinging for power, so you're swinging through the target, if the point of impact here is even 6 to 8 inches from your assumed target, that's still within that range of power. But if you get any more than that, you start losing power. And on injury prevention, with your foot straight towards your opponent, that allows your knee to bend the direction of your momentum. If your foot's off to the side and your weight is still forward, that's going to put a lot of tension on that joint, and that's where you're going to get your ligament damage or tendon damage, which is frequently surgery to repair.
Now, many of the medieval combat sports that we engage in don't require maximum power with every single swing. Some of them have lightest touch as part of their game mechanics. And even those games, this is still a very important part of the technique because of distancing. If I set up in front of my target here with the proper technique in such a way that I reach with just the very last end of my sword, and then all I do is turn my foot slightly past so I'm no longer pointed straight at my target, I suddenly can no longer reach my target. All I'm going to do is shift my foot so I'm pointed back at the target, and now I have that inch of strike back. Also on defense, if I'm properly aligned with my opponent, with my foot pointed forward, any attack on this outside lane is easily defended against with just a small movement. However, if I turn my foot slightly so I'm no longer pointed directly at my opponent, then attacks to this outside, I have to cross over my hip in order to make the defense, and that's a much larger movement. It takes longer to recover from, and it's much less efficient. So this is something you're definitely going to incorporate into any of your techniques.